Welcome to Your Soul Wisdom, hosted by Yana Amor Manocas. In each episode, we invite you on a transformative journey delving into the profound mysteries and wisdom of the soul. Join us as we explore a wide array of spiritual topics and sacred practices that nurture and heal the soul, from reincarnation and soul contracts to the enigmatic experiences of womb alchemy and astral travel. Our discussions are designed to enlighten, inspire, and deepen your understanding of your own soul's journey. With Your Soul Wisdom, nothing is off limits. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Your Soul Wisdom. Kylie, welcome. Kylie. You guys, I don't even know where my head is. I guess I was trying to introduce the fact that we're doing rods today, but here we are. Okay.
No one else matters today. It's the Kylie show. Yeah. You're all supporting us.
Okay, so anybody who is not familiar with dowsing rods or anything, we always give a really quick brief intro before we get into all the random questions that have been submitted by viewers, by us, by just whoever is listening and just submits universal spiritual questions. And sometimes they get to be really funny, like, do spirits watch us while we're having sex? And then sometimes they're just more serious. So we'll see what we get today. We have a whole bandwidth of stuff. But Kylie, I'm going to put you in the spotlight and then give us your brief explanations of the rods.
You would think that this would get easier as time goes on, but I never know what to say.
I was going to say, Kylie, you've refined it, haven't you?
I really haven't. They're copper, rods, and they've got little things on the end that allow you to rotate around. So I don't have any control over this. So basically, they indicate energy. So, and if it is a yes, give us a yes. This is neutral. Yes is open, and a no is, come on, bros, crossed. So look out for yes and no's. Is that good enough?
Yes, and historically they were used to find water, right? Though
correct.
They go back to a long time
to find water. But for example, like I'm in this space, and I can be like, "Is there a spirit? Please point to the spirit." And I know that they are actually behind me,
just over there.
Hello. Don't watch me later, okay? All right.
Okay. So then my question,
maybe not the question,
right? Well, the last thing was, who is actually controlling the rods?
Yes. So. I had a really nice outside moment this morning trying to prep, and this huge angel appeared, and we're getting an angel. Don't know what dimension, but I was told that they are serious, not serious, or funny. Yeah, I don't know. They're just there to answer questions. Very, very black and white. So I'm just preparing everyone for the energy today. There is no nonsense today.
Well, okay. Is anybody else having this buffering issue, or is it just me? Is it just me?
I'm not having a fuzzy video.
Well, a fuzzy, yes.
Yes.
We're getting So then I wonder if the energy is also interfering with
why don't we ask?
Stream. Yes. Okay.
Kylie is fuzzy for
energy. Me. But I'm fuzzy too. Okay. Is the energy affecting the quality of the internet today? Can you stop it?
Yes.
Thank you.
Please do.
Okay.
Yes, please.
I know it was just you speaking, but can you also send your other groups of guides to stop it? Yes and no.
Yes and no. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I see how this is going today.
Okay. All right.
It's getting clearer though.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, all we need to do is be able to see Kylie's beautiful face and the rods, and then we'll get going.
Don't agree with
the spirit.
Yes, agrees.
Okay, we're ready to go then?
We're ready.
Okay.
Let's do this.
All right. First question submitted is the universe itself conscious and self-aware? Or actually, let's break that down. Is the universe conscious? I feel like we've answered this one before.
I'm not getting an answer. Oh, yes. What does that mean? Yes or no? What does that mean? Is that a yes or a no? Yes and no. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
But then it
is the
swung out
question
into a
more
yes.
like, is the universe consciousness?
Rather than being conscious, it is
Yeah.
consciousness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good pickup, Rachel.
And then do
Nice.
humans express the universal consciousness
Yes.
individually?
Correct. That is beautiful. Okay,
Well
we need
done,
to put that as a
Rachel.
snippet.
Okay.
Nice
So then,
one.
the
Appreciate
second part is the universe itself, is the universe self-aware?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that through the experience of us giving it feedback?
Oh,
Yes and no.
juicy.
Yeah, I would have thought yes and no.
I mean, as if that's not confusing and annoying of an answer.
Well,
I think
Amanda,
it's
do you
also
want to
cultural.
elaborate?
Yeah, because
Yes and no.
I think it's like one of those infinity circles in a sense that we're informing, the universe is forming, so it's all one, isn't it? It's all the consciousness expanding and growing like that, and because we're all part of that, we're informing each other, but we're all the same anyway, so it's all the same kind of makeup. So it's a giving and
It's like a
receiving,
chicken and an egg thing.
Yeah, that's what
A little bit?
Yeah, perfect. That's what I
Yeah.
would say. It's a chicken and egg.
To
Yeah.
simplify
I hate
it.
the chicken and the egg. Yeah, that is
Sorry,
the
Yana.
worst.
I need
Sorry,
the
not
chicken and egg to stop.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Does the universe send synchronicities because we don't catch the subtle hints?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Are angel numbers basically cosmic
Yes.
text messages?
Oh,
Yes.
Well,
That's
that's
really
really
cute.
angels.
Yes.
That's cute.
So okay, so then is it always every time you see a 444 or a
Yes.
111?
I don't know. Yes.
Surely anything that you
That's-
notice
yeah.
has relevance. Do you know what I mean? Like if you notice it,
Yes.
it's for you.
Rods
When you
say
think
yes.
about how much you don't
Yeah.
notice.
Yes.
So
Yeah. It's because I always seem to see the time 12:22. And that could be in the night and that could be in the day. Always see 12:22.
You're up at 12:22 at night?
Of course she is.
Oh,
Amanda's
God.
always up.
I'm not sure she sleeps.
Vampire.
Yeah.
Like a vampire.
Rod said
Yeah.
yes.
yeah, I see 12:12, a lot more than 12:22.
That's how she looks so stunning all the time. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yana, please
bitten at
help
this
us because
age,
we're
I'm
going
frozen
to get
here.
around very
Hey, can
quickly.
I just chuck another question in there, sort of on theme?
Yes.
With the, synchronicities drawing your attention. I want to ask if paradoxes or the recognition of paradoxes mean that you're in total alignment with your path.
Yes.
I love that. Paradoxes are like the universal truth somehow. I don't know. I haven't worked that one
Well,
out
they're
yet.
like a universal truth, but they're also a brain smash. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like weirdly, I can't actually think of one at the moment. I think all of us are a bit offline, isn't it? Feeling a bit weird. Anyway, but yeah, I was reading something that it is when two things that are basically juxtaposed that don't make any sense but do exist, kind of thing, and they're the things that we need to appreciate, accept, work through, and we're getting closer to wherever we're heading.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get into the groove of
Okay.
this, okay?
That was some warm up.
Okay, next question. Kylie, Rods, do emotions carry an energetic frequency that shapes our reality?
Yes. I already got a yes before it finished.
Yes. Okay, cool. Are numbers and geometry the language of creation?
Oh.
One of? Is it one of the language?
Is it says no. Is it one of? Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we should find out which one it is, no?
Okay, well, just give me a second. Because my hair's getting caught. Okay. Start naming.
Okay, are numbers the language of creation?
Yes. But is it the only one? No. I don't know why it's okay.
Yes.
You're live.
Well,
Okay.
Honestly, what came up for me is that
I'll just
numbers
throw in-
are numbers, but they represent frequencies.
Yeah, they're like
So,
labels.
like
Yes.
numbers are the base of it, but the reality is that they express something quite different from a numerical quantity.
And I think that on this topic, I think it's way too multidimensional to say it's just one thing, right?
Correct.
Right.
So maybe there are lots of different labels for the constituents of it, but it's not like this is this, you know?
Yeah.
But there's also
Okay.
something that is called fire letter sequencing, and that exists within our
Yes.
DNA. And so it's not numbers, but it's almost as if it is the original language of coding within our DNA.
Rod say yes.
But
And
those,
what is that?
not to be a pain in the ass, those letters also do have numerical references, as in each one of those letters is associated with a number, if we're talking about the same fire letters, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. Is it anything that creates a frequency? Yes. So it can be colors too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're all the languages.
Yes.
Hey, I've got another question that came to me that somebody asked me, and I actually asked my best friend who's normally knows the answer to everything, and she thought it was a great question. It was actually coming from a vegan, just to put it in perspective. And it was, this person was questioning basically how I eat meat. But besides the answer to that question, my question for the rods are, if your issues are in your tissues, do those issues die with your corpse?
No
No
answer.
answer. Cool.
No.
Do all issues, tissues, trauma, everything essentially exist as energy?
Yes.
See, this is the thing. Like, I honestly think that trauma I don't personally, I have a belief that trauma doesn't die with your body. Do you know what I mean? I don't think trauma actually lives in your body. I think the energy of trauma lives in your body. But when your body is no longer a home for that energy just, is still available
It's
for
stored.
access. Yeah, but not actually in you. Yeah.
No, it's not stored in you, but it's stored in what you would call, it's stored in the bank. It's stored in what we call the Akashic records, which everybody so loves to be in, but it's all stored there so that when you are planning on coming back, that's where you're going and collecting all the stuff that you need in order to say, oh, well, I'm coming back to heal this, or I'm coming back to do this, or, or I'm coming back to marry this person or that person, or that's going to be my mother or my father. There has to be a memory bank. It has to be stored somewhere. So it doesn't die because the body dies, because then nobody would have anything to come back and do. There'd be no reason to trap you into coming back. Like, what would you come back and do? To be honest. Yeah.
But then there's also DNA and children and whatever, right? So, there's other elements of how it can live on quite aside from
absolutely
that.
Ancestrally, everything. There's all of that.
So clear it so your kids don't need to hold it.
And it's interesting because my friend, who, as I said, is this little Buddha, now I remember what her answer was, and she said that the trauma doesn't die with your body, but the structure of the trauma dies with your body, sort of thing. So yeah. Anyway, there we go. That was my little question for vegans.
Oh, I'm really trying to understand that question on a deeper level. Because obviously, I'm really trying to understand that. So, what is she saying? Is she saying something lives on, but it's not the trauma; it's the essence of it, so that it will appear in another life as something different, but it's related to that particular trauma?
At this stage, I'm assuming that that's what she means. But what I understood she meant in the moment is the structure holding that trauma in your body dies with your body. So the trauma actually doesn't, but
changes form.
What was holding it there no longer, is there.
I had to put the rods down because I was just agreeing with Amanda the whole time. And I'm like,
okay, well, let's go down Amanda's track more.
Go.
Hold on, Amanda,
I've lost
speechless.
Or let's go on to the next question.
All right, let's move on. We'll revisit.
Go on. Go on.
All right, Kylie, you ready?
I'm ready.
Are we collectively moving toward unity rather than division?
Yes.
Mm.
Okay. Is that personal perspective?
What personal
I
perspective?
don't understand.
Well, I know it says, are we collectively moving toward unity rather than division? So in my mind, like if you're asking me personally, I would say the answer is yes, but you can ask somebody else whose answer is no.
Yeah, but I think it's what's the critical mass.
So, okay, so critical mass.
And also moving towards is literally that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean there. So just because somebody doesn't agree with you, they could still be moving towards that area. They just
Yeah.
haven't.
Oh, that's a beautiful
Made
way of
that
looking
cross.
at it. Thank you. I
Sorry.
just had a conversation with this woman who everything she spoke about, she wanted to cover all these topics, which I didn't want to go anywhere near, politics and race and religion. And I'm thinking to myself, you just want to buy my oil, or like, do you want to have this whole conversation? And so, yeah, look at the rods. And so
That's
literally
extra virgin olive oil, people, by the way. She's not an Audi oil baron. We're not.
She's a
No,
Just
No, but
Greek
it-
extra virgin olive oil.
yes, it is the best on the market. Anyway, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. The point is, every single thing she wanted to bring up, and every time I'd have this beautiful positive response, in my reality, I think people are more united than ever, right? Since 2020 at least. And everything was no, it's the opposite, And she was a lovely person, but her view was just dark and separation and negative. And so that's why this question is kind of catching me, because I'm thinking to myself, in her reality, are we going towards something different than my reality?
I would just say it's back to, is it David Hawkins' power versus force? It's like the frequencies, the frequencies that are more light and positive, or whatever that may be. I believe, I haven't read that one for a few years, but you need fewer of those people to balance out the darker vibrations, so to speak. So when I hear this question, it really comes down to the overall levels of consciousness and how the frequencies balance out. So yeah, in her reality, it would seem that way, but we're co-creating. We're not a single unit, so it's all of it all together. That's how I feel about that.
Beautiful.
By the way,
Many of us,
I-
because there's many of us out there that are doing the work, which is like what Lauren's talking about, and so we're creating the steps or the platforms for everybody to be able to begin to make those steps and begin to move their frequency. And so we're not all going to be on one platform, and that doesn't have anything to do with who's better than anybody else. It just has everything to do with the work that you've done, maybe the many lifetimes that you've lived, and how much work you've done. And then there are those of us out there that are taking one for the team. Do you know what I mean? So that we are more awake, we are more aware, and we're coming in and we're doing the work in order to raise the consciousness, to tip the balance. And once that begins to happen, then it's like you find that people will begin to shift more, they'll move more, it's be easier to get into the flow. Just like how if you look about yourself now, your attraction factor has changed. Years ago, probably many of the people that are around you talking would never really understand what you were saying, and you always felt kind of different and maybe the odd one out. Now, a lot of the people that you are attracting, believe it or not, you're quite shocked and surprised. Crikey, we're having this conversation. When years ago, I'd get up to the bus stop and nobody is going to be really, you're just going to be the nut at the bus stop. Not that I talk to people at the bus stop, random bus stops. I really don't, but I'm just saying. Not
if there's a tree there.
Not if there's a tree. Not if there's a tree.
I love you.
But so in shifting that balance and that frequency of all of us who are doing the work, we're making that space available for everybody to grow into and to shift into and to move into. Some of us are here doing the harder work, but that's just what we came in to do. Not because because it means that other people are don't have to do the work and they're just jumping in. It's not that. We're just very much aware of the density of this planet and how difficult it is. And somebody has to get that door open. for the
And
others.
those people
Somebody
that
has
aren't
to.
there may get there soon. You don't know. You don't know if they're going to wake
Yeah.
up tomorrow and have this massive awakening. It's not how it happened for me, but it happens for people, right?
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
can never anticipate people's readiness for change. Hey,
Yes.
also, you know, I think it's interesting that I don't think that I feel more connected from 2020 onwards to other people, but I do feel significantly more connected to me. And I wonder if any of
Beautiful.
you had a similar experience.
Yes, I've grown to dislike people
Yeah.
more. And
Kylie.
Kylie.
She says that like she's reading the news.
it's just accurate. But you know, I am my best company. That's all I can say. And I'm
Yes.
okay with
But
that.
hold on. The Kylie
Yeah.
I knew then wouldn't be here with us. So, you know, she is connected.
You ladies are excluded. There is a handful that are excluded. Don't call me out, Lauren.
All right, next question.
There is
Move on.
no one
I'm getting in trouble.
I
All
love
right,
this.
next question. Moving on. Next question. Is Earth the only planet that has to do the shadow work?
Oh, that's a yes and no.
At this time, is it like, I know time is, you know, a construct and everything actually happens at the same time, but is it something to do with, is there a perceived order of things? Like, you know, because why is it yes and no? Why is it yes
I
and
think
no?
I know.
Is anyone following
There
me?
are some
Oh,
planets.
Tony.
Let me say something, right? It
Oh,
doesn't
yes and
mean, I
no.
think, let's just see.
Okay.
It doesn't, I think, it doesn't mean that there are, listen, there are some badass planets out there and races and beings and stuff like that, but they're not about the shadow work. They don't care. That's who
Yes.
they are. Yeah, they're not doing none of that working. I'm going to work on the good side. I'm going to learn how to love me. They're not interested because they are simply representing that particular energy.
That's where Amanda comes
So-
from, just so that you're aware.
Well,
She does not.
No,
She
don't.
does not.
Badass planet. It works on themselves.
So yeah, so there's not a lot. There's
Yeah.
not a lot and of planets out there doing the shadow work.
Yeah, and plus
Just-
the darker planets too. They're not,
Yeah.
they don't care.
That's what I'm saying. When I mean the
Yeah.
badass, I don't mean badass as in they're great planets and wonderful.
Oh,
the ones
I
that are
thought you
out
were
there.
talking
The
about like
reptilians.
good.
wearing
No.
gold hat tans.
No, you were offending
No, she's
her,
talking
Kylie.
about
Why?
Orion
Oh, I'm talking about
and stuff like that.
reptilians,
I take it back
Dracos,
now. Well,
all of
I
that
have
type
a whole
of
different
stuff.
vision. I'm like, oh, you know, goddesses out there on a planet
No.
just with their grapes and wine and their. Yeah.
No, and
No,
there
but
is
the question
that too.
was,
And there is that
is
too.
Earth the only one doing shadow work? And it said, you know, so why was that a yes and
Still
a no?
yes and no.
Yeah. Anyway. Mystery.
Yeah, so
I
it probably
think
just
that
means that
shadow
there, yes
work
and no. There
is-
are
is
some,
it-
there isn't.
Is it the term shadow work?
Maybe.
So, okay.
Yeah. Rod
Are
say
other
yes.
planets actively trying to elevate their consciousness? Yes.
Yes. Okay. Shadow work's a human term.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Mm.
Like,
Yes.
Mhm.
yeah.
Thank you. I am satisfied.
Is shadow work a marketing term? Yes. So we
Ah.
need to come up with a different word. It's like
Yeah, but-
synergy.
Work on your bullshit with Kylie. In
Yeah,
the
but
collective.
we.
Yes.
But Spirit knows what the term shadow work means.
It's a
Right,
label,
but
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it is to. I think it's a loaded term.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It is
Kylie,
loaded.
Weirdly.
Yep.
It's a loaded
You know,
term.
like I'm even more confident, like feel more comfortable with something more authentic, like hidden parts of me or something, because that's essentially what shadow work is, isn't it? Stuff
Right.
you're trying to hide from
Yep.
yourself and others.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like shadow work could
Um,
be I'm going to go get a facial at Burke Williams or something, right? Like I'm going to get rid of my pores.
Yeah,
I
or
don't know, I'm just
puppetry.
saying.
So we
Right.
could just be like, I'm working to love all parts of me.
Yes, angel face.
That feels
could be.
nicer.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, next. Our timelines just the universe trying different versions of the same recipe?
What the?
Mm.
I think someone's just trying to be cheeky. But our timeline's just the universe trying different versions of the
Okay.
I
same
understand the
story.
kind of question. I
Right.
understand what they're
But
saying,
no.
but how can we word it?
I don't
It's
think the
like,
universe tries, to be honest.
No.
Is it like a timeline's like choose your own adventure books?
That's a cute way
No.
of thinking about it. Please say yes. No. Oh.
No.
No.
No,
Oh, look,
because
I've been-
creation is not finite. And when we talk about it in that way, it's like we're talking about creation is finite. When something is created, especially like say this kind of world or whatever, or us or beings, then it is really infinite. Although yes, we die, but we come back. But it is really quite infinite. So creation will keep on creating and keep creating and keep creating and keep creating. And that's what
Like
how
fractals.
timelines and parallels, of course, absolutely, it's going to exist. It has to exist. Otherwise, creation has a finite, it has a limit, and it doesn't.
Look, I don't mean to be a pain in the ass, but then just chuck in, there is no time, and then try and wrap up limitless creation. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's this weird thing that if time doesn't exist and everything exists at this moment, then there's not really creation. There's only discovery.
Or
Because
remembering.
Yeah. So, look, I've been balls deep, and I've sent it to the group chat. Of course, no one's got back to me about all of these physicists. I don't even know why we have a freaking group chat. What's interesting is what actually gets people to respond to that shit now.
I do watch it. Well, maybe it's my bad. I do watch it though.
Anyway, whatever. But these guys, take it all. I'm not saying that this is my belief either, but what these very, very bright physicists are saying is that they think that it is almost impossible that there is the concept of free will. And what that opens up for them, and it was a very beautiful, compassionate conversation, but what they're saying is that people's life trajectories are their life trajectories. And what is weirdly, this is what I thought when I was a kid as well. What happens was always going to happen. But that doesn't mean that there isn't the human experience. Like I can't remember if it was Lauren or Yana, but I think just yesterday I was saying, it's like when you're reading a book, the ending of the book is written and finished, but it is still an experience for you, and it's still something for you to discover, and that's what life is like, kind of thing. But what it brings up in a more sort of moral ways, if that is the case, then my comfortable and easy life has always going to be my comfortable and easy life. It didn't mean I was always going to have to work for it, but you know what I mean? That was always going to happen. But it also means that there is no place at all for judgment of people who are dysfunctional addicts, for instance. If that was always going to be their trajectory, that is their trajectory. It's actually not free choice. And honestly, when you start opening it up to the whole scale of humanity, it really does get mind-blowing. So I don't know how we ask the rods that kind of question.
Well, do we have free will? I don't think we do, but go on.
Well, we've already asked this question.
But I'm trying to think of it in the timeline way, because I still do think that there is not free will, but there is some sort of not freedom in experience, but opportunity in experience to actually, in your own human way, experience the full range of humanity.
But who told us that we have
whatever.
free will? Does anybody know where that came from? And why we needed to know that? Why we needed to hear something like that?
Actually, I think in one of those videos, Rachel, I'm not sure you remember, they said it was something to do, wasn't it religion? Free will? They called it a religious
I don't know,
term.
but maybe. But honestly, what comes up for me in the moment is more of that meritocracy. This concept that if you do good things, you'll be a good person, kind of thing. And it's almost a way of mind control, of trying to get people to do things that they wouldn't naturally do. So as in for acceptance and gain. So I don't know. I can't remember that bit, to be honest, but yeah.
I think I believe there was something to that effect, and because it pinged me and I found it quite interesting. But to Rachel's point about, that's how she thought about things when she was a child. When I was a child, I used to have this thing of like, how can you can't judge anybody. And that ties in a little bit with what you were saying, because if everyone has this path that they essentially need to follow, whether they know it or not, it's like, how can you judge anybody? And that was my thing when I was little. I used to sit there and ponder and be so confused about how people could judge other people, even if for heinous things. And so as a child, that was a really big thing to have no one to talk to about. But I used to sit there and ruminate on that and sort of try and explore it philosophically as much as I could at, you know, the age of 7 or whatever I was. So yeah, interesting.
Well, I always used to look at it this way. When people used to talk about Judgment Day, I always used to poo-poo it, because I always used to think, that's why I used to argue with the Jehovah's Witness at the door. I used to think like, you know, well, yeah, I did. I used to think, you know, I think it's crazy for you to think
I
that
was just picturing it.
Oh,
It
just
was
me
funny.
arguing. Yeah, you know, with Judgment Day, about the fact that, you know, there's going to be a day where God's going to come and he's going to like dig us all up and everything like that. You know, it's going to be a lot of grave diggers around. And or resurrect us all, and then, you know, we're going to be judged on our lives and what we've done and what we've said, when everybody has been living very, very different lives. There are people that has been born into something, and there is others that has been born into this and born into poverty, and they've used, there have been people that have been born and lived through, say, 2 or even 3 world wars. We won't say world wars, but they've lived through, you know what I mean? They've lived through war after war after war, you know, war as a child, and then as an adult, you know, war as a child, they lost parents or family and everything like that. And how do you think, and if they are now, I don't know, 75 or 100 years old, and they're living with a lot of sort of like hurt and pain and hate in their heart because, you know, they've lost so much, how are you going to dig them up when they die and then judge them on that you've lived your life like this, when the other person, well, they were born yesterday and they haven't had nothing to deal with in their lives? I just never understood that. So that's where I come with that one. And I think that ties in with what you're kind of saying, Rachel, as well, and Lauren, that it makes no sense. And because it makes no sense, but nobody seems to want to dive into that. Do you know, or the sort of like more sort of like religious folks and the ones who sit within their, you know, particular whatever you call it, they don't seem to want to dive into that. That would be a question for me, and I would question it no matter what I was in. But a lot of people are in stuff blindly. I would think if God came to me at the end of Judgment Day and he says, well, you know, this is your time, I'm going to judge you, I'll say 2 fingers up to that, because it's not a level playing field. It's not a level playing field.
And everyone's always doing the best they can. I mean, everyone is always doing the best they can.
So for me, nobody, God, source couldn't come to me and say that, because I would just say, well, you know, that's half a brain.
I think this might end up being a podcast episode at some point that we can sort of discuss more fully.
Okay. Whoa. Yes.
Is that a good way to move us on, Yana?
Perfect.
Next question.
All right, Kylie, you're back up, girlfriend. Okay. All right. Is karma simply energy seeking balance?
Good question.
I don't know if the word karma, is there another word or another way to explain that? Consequences of our choices. What was the rest of the question?
Is karma simply energy seeking balance? Right? Because you think of like yin and yang is what's actually coming to my mind.
If you look at karma from a religious standpoint, not from the Western foofy version of karma, then yes. But does karma exist? Amanda will say no. Does Amanda say no on that?
No, it absolutely exists, because it's been given life. And it's been given life through generations and generations and generations. So it has its own frequency. And
It's
it
a
has
construct
its own memory bank. It's a construct that exists. So does it exist? Yeah. Absolutely. And when you have millions of people dying and coming back in to heal or clear karma, it absolutely exists, because they believe that it does.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes before. Sorry?
Does it then exist? If you reject it, does it then therefore not exist in your consciousness?
Doesn't exist for me.
Yes. Okay. All right. That's great.
Look, my broad understanding of karma is honestly literally cause and effect. It's not even good and bad.
Right.
No, it's physics, right?
It's like,
Yeah.
like you
Like, that's
push
why I'm having an
that
issue with the
moves forward
word.
kind of thing.
Right.
So,
But I think it's the weight that it's given for most people. You'll hear many people will say, karma's going to get you. It's
Well,
going to get you.
it's the perception. It's a loaded word, right? It is loaded with so
Yeah.
many layers.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah.
just like the word manipulate. I can't say to people, say like when you do readings and, you can see people that they have the ability to move energy or to manipulate energy. And it's the best word for it, but you can't really use manipulate because it has such a
Negative connotation.
You know what I mean? So, and that's what it is. Karma, that's the weight that it carries.
But this is the thing, because there are so many, it's, I always say in my readings, at a soul level, these are experiences per se. But from a human perspective, we give it a different meaning, whether it's a positive or a negative meaning, these different experiences. And we do the same thing with words. Some of them are really loaded, but that's because it's like an energy that we've all agreed to in a way,
Yeah.
and I promise you, it's really loose, because if I get a word like innocent and ask all of you separately, because it wouldn't work online because we'd hear it already, your definition of innocent, I promise you, they would be quite different. Because, for instance, innocent means literally without guilt. And I swear to God, none of you would have written that down. None of you would have written those words down. So, even we have a loose agreement on what words mean.
Yeah. But they hold energy, right? You can feel it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Absolutely.
I think that they're the deliverers of energy. Yeah.
They hold energy because there's something called
like little vehicles for energy.
Oh God, what they called? Something words. I forgot what they're called now. Oh Lord.
Spells.
No. No, there's a way of using words in order to create your life. So say like if you've lost something, you'd use the word reach. I forgot what they're actually called. You'd use the word reach and you just keep chanting that reach, and that energy alone will locate the thing that you've lost. They're called switch words.
This is new information.
I'll remember that next time I'm trying to find my iPod case.
Is there one for weight loss?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Yes, there is.
Okay. You need to
share it with the world. Don't gatekeep.
What? Oh, well, right now I don't. I don't know when
we'll update us next episode.
Okay, we need to know. Okay,
yeah,
I'll find it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Question. Next
question.
Are dreams and messages encoded because we'd freak out? Oh, are dream messages encoded because we'd freak out if they were too clear?
Okay. Firstly, are they encoded?
Are our dreams encoded?
Coded.
Dreams are dreams.
Not
They don't need to be coded.
No, basically the question is asking, are our dreams
our dreams ways to bring us energy, ideas, and concepts that we can't receive in other ways?
Sure.
Yes.
Groundbreaking. Yeah.
No, but you know how they say like your dreams have meaning.
I'm putting the rods down.
I don't know why.
Oh my God. I honestly can't tell whether it's the angel's distaste or your distaste or the combination.
I'm with Rachel.
It's getting difficult to read.
Go along. What was the second part of the question? Because we would freak out? Sure. Yes. Next.
Okay. Next question.
Next question.
No, I understand what the question is saying.
Please.
I understand. I understand what the question is saying.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand.
Watching
our dreams the gentlest way to introduce concepts that would cause fear.
Yes, sure, yes. But if you didn't have nightmares, would you pay attention? So what is protecting you then? from your own, not stupidity, but your own unawareness of yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your own fear of feelings.
Yeah. Did I answer that?
Yes.
I felt like that
Oh,
was like,
no.
I'm back in preschool, but that's okay.
I think we got there in
I'm
the
sorry,
end.
I'm extra sassy today. I
We love
tried
extra
to rein it
spicy.
in. I really tried to rein it in today.
I love
but that
sassy.
just broke it open.
Let's
Took
go.
it off now.
Let's
Sorry.
go. Oh,
Okay.
dreams. Yeah. Yeah. The question
Yana?
is, can I ask this then? Can I ask this then? Can I ask this then, please? I've got to ask this, right? Because I actually like that question. Why aren't dreams just plain and straight?
Because
I
if
know
they
that Rods
weren't
can't answer that 'cause I
entertaining,
have-
would we remember them?
But why can't a dream just tell me, listen, when you leave your house tomorrow, you need to turn right and go down the road and go that way, and then you need to do this, or you need to do that, or if I have incubated a dream because I'm needing an answer, why am I not just given the direct answer? I didn't code the question into the dream. I have set a straight question. So why am I not getting back a straight question?
Because
why am I getting back a code?
if we had access to clear shit from spirit world, we would then not rely on our own
Oh, okay.
We wouldn't work
to
as
make
hard.
a decision, right? I
Okay.
want to have a red
no,
horse
you're
come in
right.
with a
I get
tutu and have fireworks behind. Then I'll be like, okay, I'm paying attention,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And now
To
I
me,
get
my
to
dreams are
decide.
very cryptic and they're very much based
Yeah.
on the imagery and the feeling and whatever. And it's when I've done my mediumship development, it's the same way I translate messages that I'm getting from spirit. So I think it's just part of the language.
Okay.
And I don't
Yeah.
have conscious dream recall, but what it seems for me on the outside when I'm listening to you guys is that the dreams are just one more layer on the cake of information.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're not bringing through anything, or like the concept's not a new concept to you. It's confirmation in some ways, or just colouring it in more, whatever the
when you
subject matter
can
is.
Until when you can learn how to work with the energies of the dream space. Because I think
Or maybe we all need to fire our dream guides. Amanda Star.
Maybe we just need to
Get
absorb
Kylie
the image
fires.
of our dreams and make our own goddamn choices, because that's what we're freaking here for, right? We got to have our human experience. If we had everything handed on a silver platter, I would be a Saudi princess with my oil company, not Virgin Oil. I would just go straight to the top, but I'm not, right? Because I'm a peasant and I get to live and make my choices. Next question. Was that a good segue, Yana? Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Do we experience multiple lifetimes to evolve spiritually?
Oh, Amanda.
Not my
Scared of
question.
Amanda.
That's in the Rods.
Yes. The
Yes.
answer is yes. Okay. Well, here's a free will question next.
I'm holding back. Okay, yes.
Well, is free will always honored by the universe?
Oh,
Oh. Far out.
No
Wow,
answer.
that's a big one.
Great
I feel like
question.
there are
Big
Answer
one.
that.
You're gonna have to break that one down.
I feel like there are conditions.
That's
Yeah,
a great
absolutely.
question. Why? It's
Because
free
if you
will.
sign your contract
I know,
to come
but-
in to do something, and it's like in your soul contract frequency numbers, and it's in your astrology charts, in your human design, can you fight that?
But you have free will. You have free will to make a choice. You can come into this world with a contract written. But if you change your mind, because sometimes people pack themselves up with a whole load of shit and it's too much work to be done in this lifetime. And so you have the right to change your mind. You have the right to change your mind. That is part and parcel of it. So what's Spirit saying?
Making me itchy.
People do. They have the right to change their mind.
Yeah, but like I'm coming in here for a second, okay? we can fight to a certain point, but you will always wind up on some element of your soul contract.
Absolutely. But do you know how many people we come across that could be any age of life, let's just say well over their 50s, who have in no way even nearly completed or even understood, because they have no understanding of what they've actually come in to do. And so if you have no knowledge or no understanding, look, we come across so many people that their gifts are actually working as a detriment to them, because they don't actually understand that that's their gift. And so it's working in an opposite way for them, because they're not anchoring it, and they're not grounding it, they're not holding it. And so, look, there are a lot of people that will come into this lifetime, let's just say, they're in a relationship with somebody, and say somebody they don't understand why it's broken up. Why are we heading for divorce? Why is that happening? When I have gone into the past lives, I've checked everything, I've went back before, and I've done all the work, and we're supposed to be in this lifetime to work shit out together. And the simple answer is to that person has changed their mind. Sometimes the job of opening up and an awakening in a particular lifetime, or raising in frequency, can be just too tough. And so sometimes people say, I've done enough. I'm good right here. Do you know what? I'm good right here. This is the best that I can do this lifetime. But their best may not be good enough for the person that they're working with, and that person has to move on. You know? And so it means in the next lifetime they come in, that they maybe shift another level, or they do the rounds again.
But Amanda, in the example you just used about divorce, we can see divorce in a soul contract chart, which technically means it was in there.
Astrology too. You can see all these things that are coming up to a pinnacle, like a point where you can make a change. And I guess you do have free will, but there is some sort of essence of it that will continue in that time frame.
Look. Right. Yeah, I understand that. But I understand both of what you've just said. But look, I carry 10 ones. I've never been, I don't even want to say the word. I can't say the word. I don't even want to bring that word into I just don't. Do you know what I mean? But I carry that. Have I been in a long-term relationship that went south? Yes. Was it the best thing that could have happened? Absolutely. Was the agreement that that person would be able to grow, in a sense, with me and move into a life whereby they could be, I guess, more aware of themselves, self-aware and all that kind of stuff? Yes. Did they want to do it? No. Were they frightened? Yes. So it got to a point whereby I had to make that decision that, listen, I need to be elsewhere, because I can't give any more of my time or my life to this, because of what that would mean to me. Yeah, and to my children. And
but
so,
maybe it was your destiny
in
the contract to enter that with the premise of it separating. Not
but this is the thing.
South,
you know, I see all of those frequencies as potential.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see all of the frequencies as potential. Yeah. So, but not only that, every frequency has a spectrum of expression. It's not going to express for everyone exactly the same way.
100%.
So that's where there's nuance. It's not just like you have a 10-1, you're going to get divorced. You know, there is so much more to it. Yeah.
100%. 100%. But when you see somebody who you know has been through that, you know that lives somewhere in their chart. So, for example, for me, I've got a 10-1 in my chart. Yes, I am divorced. I didn't have to get divorced. But I knew for me, like you, Amanda, that was the best option for me, my ex-husband, and even my daughter. We're all better off for it right now. But I never got married and set off to go, oh, well, one day if I get divorced, I get No, I got married and I was like, I'm married. That's it. Did you figure it out? Unfortunately, that's not how it ended up for me. But as I play out my life, I can see all that potential in my chart. Now I can see people who, I'm just gonna put a period there. I'll just put a period there. Save that for another time. I mean, literally, guys, we've been through 13 questions and we're 49 minutes in.
Well, that's
Okay,
pretty good though.
keep going.
I think that's
Yeah,
actually
that's
pretty good.
amazing for us.
We're answering
Like, that's
the
a
questions
record.
along with the rods. Yeah, I haven't
Yes.
noticed it.
There's like
Okay.
over 50 questions. Okay, it doesn't matter. We'll save them for next time. But let's keep going.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Let's
Yes.
go.
All right, showtime, Kylie. Does energy respond directly to human thought?
Oh. Yes and no.
Hmm.
Okay, let's break that down.
Hmm.
Are we having a fleeting thought? Is there a difference between a fleeting thought and a embodying thought? Yes. Does that make
Yeah.
sense to everyone?
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
interesting
yeah,
because
yeah,
what was
makes
coming
sense.
to me is like I feel that thought needs some sort of force, whether it's a magnetic
Anchor.
or I don't.
Mm.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
don't
know
what
and
I'm
that is
talking
a
about.
yes.
It needs
So if you
emotion
have
attached to it.
intention, yeah,
Yeah.
a yes in that aspect. But if it's like a fleeting thought of like, I'm going to push my husband down the stairs today, but it's just a thought. I'm not carrying the frequency of that.
That's a terrible thought.
I know, but it just can't
Everyone
go.
stay
It doesn't
away
like
from
I'm going to
Kylie
act
today.
on it, you know. It goes.
Public service announcement: do not hang out with
Okay,
Kylie.
good. I'll watch it.
But I think
Okay.
based on extra Hicks, if you think about that for I think what is it, 19, 20 seconds?
Mhm.
Put that
I
in the
think
vortex. Well,
That's
he's
right.
going
And
down
I
those
verbalize
stairs.
it, so it's probably going to happen. But that's okay. It's probably going to be me down the stairs, but that's okay. I'll take the karma consequences.
no one's falling
Next
down
question.
the stairs. Okay, next.
Yeah, no one's
okay.
going down the stairs. But yeah.
Is manifestation the alignment of energy with belief?
Fuck yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Look at us
Our
getting through the questions.
next we have an Amanda question. Are souls remembering rather than discovering who they are?
Well, yeah. I was expecting it to be a little bit deeper than that.
Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Was that a yes?
Yes.
That was
For
a
all
yes.
the viewers who are listening, that was a yes.
Okay. Are psychic and intuitive abilities becoming stronger in humanity?
Oh. So it's not about stronger, it's about remembering and it's always has the psychic and mediumship
been there.
abilities always been there? Yes. And it's up
People
to
are
each
just
of
able
us
to
to
tap into them. more.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah.
We have more tools that's more socially acceptable. There's more people willing to help.
There's more
etc.
momentum.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Next. This goes back to a little bit what we covered already. Does everything in the universe operate in divine order?
Oh, divine order.
What is that?
What is that?
Yes and no. And I'm not understanding the question exactly, but
I think order is the issue.
Okay. Does every
Timing?
Divine plan, divine
Orchestration.
the
But who is heading that
intention
up?
of what we're getting
It's
at
divinely orchestrated.
yes.
Yes.
so
Not ordered.
So different
So?
words, same
I'm
meaning.
putting the rods down.
It's just it's the way that word feels, because order feels, think of order.
Yeah, I'm with
You know,
you.
religious
It's-
term or
yeah.
something.
Orchestration
Rigid.
is like this.
Well, that
Anita, say
reminds me.
more.
That reminds me of when Solrita was saying how the universe, the moon, the stars, the planets, everything has its own melody
Note.
that it's trying,
Of
right? Its own
frequency.
note that it's trying to just
Yeah,
deliver
you
it.
don't want
and
me
make
to
it
talk about the
present.
moon.
But Amanda, do you, Kylie Rods,
Trigger word.
Kylie Rods,
Quick,
Okay,
next
hold on.
question.
Kylie Rods.
Shall I get my rods out? Shall I
Wait,
get my
wait,
rods
wait,
out?
wait. Yeah, yes. Hold on. Amanda, get your rods out too. Get your rods out too. Both of you. Amanda, get ready.
Rods out.
Get ready,
can feel
Amanda.
rods.
Okay, ready?
What's
Put
the
your rods
question?
out. Amanda, get your rods out. Did we actually land on the moon?
Oh my God.
I'm leaving that one alone.
Yeah.
leaving that one alone.
Yes, Amanda, I am so with you, Amanda. Yes, Amanda. That's a big fat negative, Amanda. The rods, the official rods have not answered, but the rods of Amanda have said no.
I'm not answering that one.
Oh my
my God.
God.
Why are you not answering that one, Kylie?
I don't want to deal with
Let the
you.
angels speak. let the angelic speak.
I don't want to deal with you.
All right.
Okay, okay. Do you really want me to ask? Okay. This is going to be groundbreaking.
let's go.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
Stephanie,
go.
note this time, okay? Because this is going to be real.
Okay.
Okay, what was the question?
Did we actually land on the moon?
Well, did humanity send
Yes
men
and
to the
no.
moon in the freaking
Yes
60s?
and no.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Okay.
And do you
Yes
know
and
what?
no.
Look,
That
I don't mean to
question
be a
may
pain in the
answered.
ass, but if it's
No, it's
everybody's
gonna be-
belief that causes something, then surely there are enough people in the world who do believe that we landed on the moon
Yes.
for it to be an actual thing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm not asking if people's
So-
beliefs have created a certain reality. What I'm saying is, did it actually happen?
I hope everyone
but when
out
there are
there
infinite
in
realities,
the podcast world is
you-
clear of my opinion of this question.
Well, we know, Rachel.
Oh God.
but if we say it's endless and there are infinite realities, then it's happened at some point. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway,
Okay,
next
but-
question.
Could that be part of
Okay,
it?
fine.
Or maybe that the actual time of when they spoke about us landing on the moon did not happen. But have we been to the moon? Have we landed on the moon? Have we been doing things on the moon? Yes. But that actual time of thinking that they sent that whatever it is that they said they sent to the moon, did that actually happen? For me, no. There's just too much evidence to say that it didn't happen.
Really, what you're saying is what
been too
was
many whistleblowers.
portrayed is different to the reality.
Yeah.
Okay.
But have we
Next
been
question.
to the moon? Absolutely.
We have time for one more.
All right, let's do another one before Rachel
Oh,
casts
can
us
we?
off this.
I know. Like, can we have one that I can at least breathe through?
I listen. I didn't plan on asking the question
What do
about
you
that
mean?
until Amanda said, "Don't get me started with the moon." And it triggered a question. Okay.
One day we'll have that discussion.
Oh, without
I'll
me.
tell you a few things. Let's go.
Rachel, back to your physicist men. Like, we just, that's their trajectory.
I know this is all
right?
part of exactly. Yes.
Let them.
It's the-
Let
Next
me.
question.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Let's go.
This is interesting. Okay. Is the collective emotional energy of humanity affecting the Earth's weather?
Oh.
Duh.
No.
Yeah, I get a no.
Oh,
No.
no.
Weather, no.
Okay. Okay.
I can tell you what's affecting the weather, and it's not the
That was
collective
excellent.
emotions of
Oh, no,
humanity.
no.
Genetically, if you'd like a healing, talk to Ray.
I'm gonna get a bell or
Talk to
something.
Amanda about the moon.
Oh my God.
Reach out to your
What's the next step above sausages?
me being the outro. That's what's the next step above a solid.
You can throw
need
me
a
a sausage.
blipper.
I'm good.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
God.
All right. Let's go. We could probably get
Love
another one
that.
or two in there.
I
Okay.
love that. Yeah. Come.
Are parallel realities accessible through higher states of awareness?
Yes.
Hmm.
But can I
Yes.
consciously, can
Oh.
someone consciously shift into a different, into
Yes.
a parallel reality?
If you are
Yes.
gifted enough and have the
Yeah.
strong enough will, like Amanda, then you will. Yes.
That's crazy. Okay. In the most beautiful way. Okay.
Amanda, have you done a shift to a parallel universe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, figured. If anyone's going to do it, it'd be Amanda.
I know.
Are
It's
you,
just like.
were you
just do it.
happy about it?
Just then.
No, I think there's a no. That's a no and a yes, because I still think I'm working on how I'm doing it. So I still haven't got to grips with that. You know,
Right.
the actual mechanics of it, and what I'm supposed to really do with all of that information. Do you know what I mean? Because as people said, you're supposed to collapse, really truly, you're supposed to collapse. The coming together, as in the shift of the 5D, is the collapsing of all of those realities down into one. But I don't know. Like I said, do I want to do that? Have I found the right Amanda that I want to sit in? Don't know. Is she the right size? I don't know. You know,
I'd be much more worried about me being around all the other versions of the people that I want to be around their version than my version, in a weird way. I know that's not how it should be, but I'd be looking very much outward, not inward, of which reality I wanted to stay in. I feel like I would have control over myself wherever I was. It's just what view I'd want to be looking at.
Yeah, well, I'd look at that afterwards. Like once I've dropped into the one that's sort of like, 2 stones lighter. Do you know what I mean? We're good. Now let's just have a look at what everybody else is doing. I'm kidding. No.
And if she doesn't like you, she'll send you back to whatever reality you came from.
Or she'll give you the witch word that will make you gain the 2 stones she lost.
Who? What?
Right. Nothing. Not sending that intention out there to change any frequencies. Okay, are we done?
Is that it?
Okay.
We're done, I think.
Kylie.
Yes, thank you,
for that.
Kylie.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
For all of
you
our
for having me.
listeners, thank you for sticking along with us this far and hopefully not jumping ship like Rachel really, really wants to do right now.
To another parallel universe.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're in
4 other women that look a lot like you, but just slightly different. Yeah.
Yes. If you're interested in a reading, a healing, a guided meditation session, a light body activation, you simply want to relate to Rachel on if we landed on the moon, head on over to yoursoulwisdomshow.com. We thank you for allowing us to create this beautiful space, and we hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. Bye, everybody.